What is going on? The boys are back. That's right. The boys are back, baby.
I'm still crying from how moved I was by the film.
Oh, please.
Oh,
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, PhatSamuraiGuy, back again with another movie review. It's a spoiler review today, guys. Just giving you a quick heads up. We're going to talk about The Wandering Earth 2 Electric Boogaloo. And you know, we got to have. I can't talk sci-fi without the two sci-fi experts who are back. We have Kung Fu Santa himself, Ric Meyers. Welcome back, my friend.
I should have changed my name to Sci-Fi Seafood.
There you go, Sci-Fi Seafood. But I'm loving the outfit there. I'm
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got all my evidence here. You know, this was the first book I wrote on the subject, and I didn't win any awards for that. And I got my novels, my two science fiction novels. These are I love these. I reread this one recently, and I really still love it. And of course, this is what Lightyear should have been. They should have taken this. This is in the Disney files. They should have taken the plot of this and done Lightyear out of that. And the latest one I did was I perfect for this movie. I wrote this book has a bunch of different space stations. They have an American space station, a British space station, a Russian station, but they put me in charge of writing the chapters with the Chinese space station.
Oh.
So I did a lot of research, and so I mentioned, and they were very kind. They mentioned me in this book. That's why I'm mentioning that I did work on it. So those are my sci-fi bona fides. But meanwhile, I'm wearing my Star Trek sweater and my Star Wars shirt.
Oh, look at that. Representing.
Represent.
I don't know how to use my hands anymore. I have to get my beard out of the way. Yeah, these are all the Star Wars posters in one shirt.
Oh, I like it. It's
a very nice thing. So I'm all starred up.
Nice. Love it.
All I have is my Comic-Con t-shirt.
No,
all that matters.
Watchers, we're beginning to talk about the next Kung Fu extravaganza. It's going to be very exciting.
That's right. And it's awesome having you here, Rick, of course. And of course, Master of Remaster, Frank Djeng. Got to get him back in here, baby. That's right. And he knows his sci-fi. That's right. He also knows his sci-fi. And if you guys have missed it, make sure you guys check out look at the point. He's got to do the point now. That's the Frank Djeng point. You're not messing around.
Yep.
Check out our reviews me and Frank did of both Blade Runner films. I'll put links in the description box below and all that stuff. So you got me, Frank. You got me. But
you're the trainer, and I'm the open hander.
There you go. And I'm the metal. I throw up the metal horns.
That's right.
But yeah. Frank knows his sci-fi, and also Rick, you can talk about this briefly.
That's right. I was head writer on this official magazine. I was on the set of Alien. I held the alien's skull in my hands. I talked to H.R. Giger. I talked to Harry Dean Stanton. I talked to everybody on that movie. Also on the less successful, we also did a one-shot magazine on Meteor, the Sean Connery movie. So I did the same thing for that one, but that wasn't as successful. Yeah, I was assistant editor of Starlog magazine. So yeah, I forget. That's the acknowledgement in the William Shatner book.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I just ordered that John. Rick, I just ordered that John Wick book too.
Oh, good. I think you'll enjoy it. Beyond my quotes. Oh yeah, that was my fantasy films. But this is a hard science fiction movie, so I didn't include my fantasy film book.
Right.
This is no fantasy, baby.
But yeah, let's see who is here before we get started. The roll call. We got Brandon in the house. What's going on? Sexasumo, Severio. That's right. The monkey, he says Doomstar there. There you go.
That's right. That's me again. They should have done. Yeah. They should have taken the plot of this and used it for the Lightyear movie.
Copy that. Got Eric in the house. Gilbert, Tino, and Kai and Severio again. Thank you so much for chiming in to hear us talk sci-fi. So In what order did you guys watch the Wandering Earth movies?
I made a big mistake. Frank, did you know that 2 was a prequel?
No, not at all. And I tell you, I didn't even know they make this movie. I had no idea until like 2 weeks before it was released. They had that little trailer with Andy Lau, and I said, "Holy shit, they made a sequel!" I mean, at that time, didn't realize this was a prequel. Of course,
Yeah, I thought it was a sequel too.
I thought it was a sequel, and obviously, I saw the first one on Netflix, and
Me too.
then so when this came out, and then as I do a little I read some of the reviews and stuff, and realized, oh, this is a prequel because obviously you see Wu Jing in there, Jackie Wu Jing, who, spoiler alert, died in the first film. So,
Well, I thought he was going to play another character. I wish because on your suggestion, I watched Wandering Earth on Netflix.
right.
And I'm sorry that I watched that first, because this is, if there's one thing you get out of this review, everybody watching, watch this first, watch 2 first, and
Right.
watch Wandering Earth, because this should have been called Wandering Earth 0.
Yeah.
Because it sets it up.
Right.
It's just like it. I enjoyed both films, but I would have loved both films had I watched them in the proper order.
See, for me, obviously we're going to go into detail there, but for me, actually, in a way, I'm glad I saw the first one first. I mean, I saw because I thought this one was like leagues ahead of the first one, but we'll go into that.
Well, yeah. Well, we can't call it the first one because it's not the first
right.
one.
Okay, let's put it this way. I'm glad I saw the sequel first because the prequel was much better than the sequel. Here you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you can look at it like that. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Well, somebody just asked, will 3 be a prequel to a prequel? We don't know.
And we don't know. Andy Lau's a kid. We don't know.
And it's still a Chinese Film Bureau. So again, if the movie's usually successful, which it tends to be. I mean, they screwed over Wu Jing before. Wu Jing did Wolf Warrior, and it was a huge success. And they canceled his 3rd movie. So they might
that hurts.
Eliminate the 3rd movie of this one too. No way of knowing. Enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, really quick, Frank, for those of you that are watching right now, let's have a little bit of fun. Go ahead and tell everybody what happens on the official 2nd movie, the one that's on Netflix right now. What's that plot synopsis? Go ahead and give everybody the plot synopsis.
So basically, the second one, the second one that's on Netflix, happened. I mean, the timeline all happened after this one that we're about to say. So basically, the Earth is already on its wandering, right? By then, it's moving. The moon is gone. And the funny thing, what they never mentioned, they never mentioned. I mean, they briefly talk about what happened, very briefly. So but we didn't like by the time we saw the Netflix one. The moon is already gone and the Earth is just floating, and then the engine started falling, like breaking down, and so they're in danger of being sucked back into the sun and all that. So they're trying to save save the Earth by restarting all the ignition of the propelling engine that's moving the Earth. So that's basically the gist of it, And of course, in the process, Wu Jing's character died, sacrificed himself, so to speak. So
heroically,
of course, he's Chinese.
Gave it all away.
Yes, he died heroically.
But I really liked that one. I liked the Wandering Earth without the number on it, because to me, as a sci-fi guy, as a science fiction writer, and a science fiction film lover, I thought it was far more original, far more challenging. The thing about Wandering Earth 2, again, spoiler alert, is that like Megan, like Age of Ultron, like 2001: A Space Odyssey, like every single science fiction movie with AI that has been done, the characters make the unavoidable decision. But I've seen that decision made over and over and over and over and over again in British science fiction films, American science fiction films, even most recent as Megan, that, nominally a horror movie. They all make the same decision. It's a completely logical decision. However, there wasn't any of that nonsense in the first one. The first one was a big science fiction epic of turning the Earth into a spaceship, which it is, of course. It is a spaceship. And trying to get it to a place of safety so it won't go into the sun because of the collapsing and also we know the enemy now because of the prequel sequel.
Right. And
So-
with a few Michael Bay elements.
Oh.
Just thrown in for fun.
Well, it's funny. On Monday, Phat and I are going to do the February action film autopsy, and we'll be discussing this movie again, both movies again, but in terms of the action. I mean, Frank, you can let loose on the action in this one, but I'll be going into more detail on Monday. Here, I'm here to talk about this more, I think, the science fiction. And like I said, I prefer the science fiction in the original without a numeral on it than I did in the sequel. But the sequel is still a huge eyeful.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what amazes me the most is, this is a very rare instance where you have, okay, first thing first, the Netflix film was based on a science fiction short story, right? Written by Liu Qixing. And what amazes me about the sequel is he came back to write the sequel. So basically the story the prequel. So the story that we saw in the prequel was original. It was done by the same author, it's similar. It's almost like, like Arthur C. Clarke, having done 2001, come back to write the script for 2010, instead of having Peter Hyams doing it, So to me itself, that is actually a pretty amazing accomplishment to have the original sci-fi writer of the short story that inspired the Netflix film coming back. But this is basically a new story. This is a brand new story written by the same author, and I love how the callback to the sequel, how the callback to different things, like how the little hints. You see how the AI, there's all these shots. I mean, of course, obviously he's very 2001 inspired. And then you see a lot of shots where there are shots of just a camera, just the AI camera. And for those of you who've seen the Netflix one, you knew, okay, they're going to rebel and they're going to start this the coup thing in the sequel, So I like this as a callback, a little hints.
Yeah. Did you guys see She-Hulk? Frank, did you see the Marvel show She-Hulk?
No, I haven't seen that, unfortunately. No.
Preston, did you see it?
No.
Okay, well, the monster in Wandering Earth 2, that HAL 9000 type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a dead ringer for the Kevin Feige robot in She-Hulk. It looks exactly the same. So every time it popped up on screen during Wandering Earth 2, I would start giggling because I'm going, oh, it's Kevin Feige. It's Feige.
But I could, that's funny. I could see what you're talking about, though, Frank. I was getting the 2000
that's Feige.
Vibes. Yeah, Space Odyssey vibes for sure.
And then also the Blade Runner
Feige bot.
Yeah, and also the Blade Runner 2049 vibe when he interrogated Wu Jing, asking him all these questions. Like the moment I saw, oh, that's straight out of Blade Runner. I mean, obviously he's taking all these influences, but at least he's not just blatantly ripping them off. You know what I mean? I mean, there's substance in the scenes,
But it's a science fiction film, and I've read every science fiction novel published between like 1960 and 1975. So he's also taking a lot of the concepts of the golden age of science fiction writing.
Right.
And that I appreciated. However, like I said, given that I saw the mass backwards, I did not appreciate what was now a cliche. Most of the science fiction concepts in Wandering Earth 2 were cliches to me, while most of the concepts in Wandering Earth were what I call very Robert Silverberg-esque, because Robert Silverberg was like my fifth or sixth favorite science fiction writer of the classic age, and he would take on subjects like this. And he would do a wonderful job, and so did the original Wandering Earth. So for a science fiction, I'm not even sci-fi films. Sci-fi is a derogatory term to science fiction writers and lovers. We call it science fiction or SF. And for an SF fan, the first movie is far stronger than the second movie. But the second movie is a far greater piece of cinema.
True. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and also the effects are much better. The effects are so much better than the first one. I mean, like the first one, whenever they go outside, you look
Right.
at that. That's CG. That's very
Right,
you know.
right,
there's
right,
no-
right.
I mean, I wouldn't say cheap CG, but not very good CG.
In comparison, yeah,
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah. Here you can feel the weight of like all these structures, like the space elevator, the engine on the moon, the transport they're using. Everything felt there's a weightiness to it that you didn't see in the sequel.
Also, a reality to it. There's a
Yes.
reality to it.
Reality based, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could, even though it's a special effect, it's still like it's real.
And
You know,
yeah,
could have been modeled.
and there's so many like poetic shots. I was like, actually quite amazed by it.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
mean, of course I always have, having seen watching on Netflix again Lost Bullet 1 and 2, seeing them doing the fights real and the car chases real, I'm still a little separated from this because I know it's special effects, and the so I wasn't as involved with the characters because I saw the accident coming. This was like a slow motion accident.
Yeah, and obviously the on-screen credit doesn't help you because it kept telling you, "Oh, this crisis in 13 days." And
I tried to count how many movies is in this one movie. I mean, it's basically broken down. It's basically, is it 2 movies or 3 movies? Because it's 3 different plots, right?
You have the lunar crisis, you have the crisis on Earth, and you have the internet. They're trying to reconnect the internet. And you also have the sabotage in the beginning. So yeah, like 4.
Yeah.
So it's the Wu Jing starring movie and it's the Andy Lau starring movie.
Right.
I thought he did a terrific job.
Oh, they're both wonderful.
Oh yeah. They're both great.
No, they're both wonderful. They're both wonderful. And I love the fact that Wu Jing actually, to me, the Wu Jing's character is actually much more concrete in the sequel than the prequel. I'm sorry, in the prequel than the sequel.
Well, from now on, we all have to say Wandering Earth or Wandering Earth 2.
Okay, which one is 2? The Netflix one is 2, right?
No, the Netflix is 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Wandering Earth.
Okay, got it. So no, I felt there's much more characterization for Wu Jing in 2 than 1.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And Andy Lau did such a terrific job. And again, I love the fact that all these small things that you saw in 1 kind of fully developed in 2, like his wife having the illness, the kid.
No, you're confused.
I know it's cliche. I know you're gonna say it's cliche, but
no, it's not a cliche. It's just that I'm confused. What are you talking about? When you say 1, do you mean Wandering Earth without a number, or do you mean Wandering Earth 2?
No, 1 is without the number. Okay, so yeah.
No, that's a sequel to Wandering Earth 2.
No, okay, all right, here we go.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third?
No, because we're talking about Wandering Earth 2, we'll keep it as Wandering Earth 2, even though it's a prequel. All right. So we'll go by the name.
Just so we can go by the name. Yeah.
Go by the name.
Go by the name.
Go by the numbers.
No number. Okay, so Wandering Earth is a Netflix one. Okay, if I add a number, that's the one we're talking about. So anyway.
Wandering Earth is Netflix.
Yes.
Wandering Earth 2 is Well Go.
Right.
Yes. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
we'll do
but
that.
Again, like I said, you see like little things in Wandering Earth where they were kind of more expanded in 2, which I kind of really like because like that picture. I mean, like it's so smart for them to have that picture that you saw in Wandering Earth, and then they show you how they took that picture, how that picture came about in 2.
No, from now on, say Netflix or Well Go.
All right, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Okay. Now, has everybody got that?
Prequel? Well Go.
No.
Well Go is the prequel. No.
Yeah, that's what I said. Prequel Well Go.
Okay.
Yeah, prequel Well Go.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked as a science fiction guy. If you're a science fiction fan, Netflix is stronger. But if you're a cinema fan, a movie fan, a science fiction film, let's put it this way. If you love science fiction literature,
okay,
Netflix. If you love science fiction films, Well Go.
Well, I agree with you, Rick, to a certain extent, because I was not totally buying the teenage plot thingy in Netflix.
Oh yeah, I ignored that.
I couldn't ignore it because they're in the family most of the goddamn time, you know.
But it was
Right.
still character stuff, which I appreciated rather than
Yeah.
mystical stuff.
Right.
But be that as it may, let's make it clear. What you should actually do is watch Netflix first, then Well Go second.
There you go.
That's what you should do because they're great together. They add to each other together. It's worthwhile.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And also, they're perfect because Netflix is not as good special effects, has more character-driven stuff, and it's a great setup for Well Go. And
Right.
it's much stronger to watch that way.
I just like the fact that the Welgo one, the original author was expanding the scope, expanding the scale, expanding like the I mean like the risk, I mean like the perils that they're facing. You have all these like one peril after another, and it's just like, wow, how are they going to survive this? And then I mean, obviously we know they survive because we saw the Netflix one. But yeah, still to have them play out like that is amazing. Like it's just great to see, and I'm so glad I saw this in the movie theater. It just looks amazing on screen.
Did you see it in IMAX?
No, they didn't show it in IMAX in the US.
Okay.
I did see it on like a pretty big like cinema XD screen, which was great. So yeah,
nice.
Well, yeah, man, I tell you, if I was going to see this if they were showing it in what are those movie theaters called where the chairs shake?
D-Box?
Yeah, is that what it is? D-Box?
I think so. Yeah,
I'd love to see this in a D-Box theater.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Because I've always, as a science fiction writer and a lover, I would always want to be, and that's how I always feel when I go on a really good roller coaster. I'm on a spaceship. I'm in my own little spaceship.
Yeah.
And this would have been amazing to see in that kind of environment. But it was amazing. It's amazing to see in any major theater.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I rewatched this for our little review here, I watched it on my iPhone, and then I listened to it.
You saw it in the theaters first.
I saw it in the theaters first, and then I watched the screen again on my iPhone with my AirPod. Sounds great, looks great, But yeah,
I saw it in my home theater system, and it was terrific. But
nice.
I'm the writer. So I always want to solve the mystery. So the fact that it plays out the way it does is a little disappointing to me because I don't like, me, I don't like villains winning. And this thing, it's not really a villain, but it's AI that makes an extremely interesting decision. Because, again, AIs are supposed to be, the problem with AIs is that they're programmed by humans. So they are, just like HAL. HAL made it really lousy. HAL 9000 from 2001, probably my favorite science fiction film of all time. That I also, even when that came out in '68, so I was, I think, 18, and even then I was sort of like going, why did HAL do that? That doesn't seem to make any sense at all. Megan, I understood because I would have loved to have had sequences in 2001 which had interviews with HAL's programmer. If they had showed HAL's programmer had little touches of paranoia, then that would explain why HAL acted the way it did. But this one, I don't know, why Andy Lau's daughter made the decision she did. I understand that humans suck and should be eliminated. That's what every AI, that Ultron and Megan, that's what they all decide. But if you're going to destroy all of humankind, why do it the way she did it? Because that seemed to be very, very faulty approach.
What do you mean? She died in the car accident, right? And so they kept 2 minutes of her, and then of course Andy Lau put her in that computer, which make her life full. So like you can see in the clock, it's now like 70, 70 years and all that crap. And then he went, he died, and then he went into the AI with her. So I'm not exactly sure what decision you're talking about here.
Well, I don't want to give everything away because we're trying to do it. However, that makes a great idea for the.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
That's Megan calling.
No, that's Andy Lau calling.
That's Andy Lau calling. There we go. Yeah, there's Megan. Yay.
Well, we can do spoilers. Spoiler talk, Rick. Go ahead.
Well, she continues. She sabotages. She finds a way to sabotage each thing, and she does like in the number 2 in Welgo, she does like 4 to 5 to 6 different sabotages. She can't come up with one really good. I mean, just put out a virus. Have it do The Last of Us on us, or whatever. But beyond that, you gave me an idea for a great idea for the next one, and that's the war between Andy Lau and his daughter in that realm. What would you call that realm they're in? They're in the computer.
Not quantum. I don't know what
cyber
that's close.
world.
That's close, yeah. I don't know, afterlife realm, because digital realm. I mean, it's supposedly a digital
realm, right?
Yeah.
That was my question for you, Frank. Was what setting up that extra sequence in the mid credits at the end of Welgo Wandering Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that in Netflix Wandering Earth?
Nothing. Nothing about that, because in the Netflix one, you only see the computer kind of rebelling.
Yeah,
that's it. There's no mention of AI. So I mean, all this subplot, I wouldn't call it subplot. It is a major plot in the Welgo film. This whole thing about AI, digital life, is actually not in the Netflix film.
Yeah, which is why I liked it better, because it was more original to me. It was something that I don't often see in the movies. While the AI stuff I see a lot now. I mean, throughout the history of science AI films, but even so, together they're better than apart.
Yeah,
both of them are better. If I have another, how long was? It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah, but it flew by. It
flew by, but
I
just don't have that time. I've got to. I'm eventually I will go back, especially if there's a sequel. I will go back and I'll watch them in the proper order this time.
Right. Well, with the success, I'm sure they're going to make a sequel. I mean, we
Don't
don't know how long that's going to take.
Don't say that. Wolf Warrior was the most successful. Wolf Warrior 2 was the most successful film of its time.
No, I think I know.
You said there's 3 now, and it's like,
yeah, but that's a little bit different. I think they stopped it because they felt they were worried about people worshiping that hero image.
Of course,
yeah,
of course.
You don't have that here.
Let me talk about the other thing. Because when Frank and I were talking about this originally, without all you guys watching us, of course I made jokes about how about those drone shots. And Frank, but Frank, what did you then say? You said that another reason you really like this movie is because
of that great attack, the sabotage, drone sabotage.
Oh, yeah, that was great. But you said one other thing.
Oh, you mean the zero gravity thing?
No, the lack of.
Yeah. The lack of like a nationalism. Oh, there is definitely some nationalism in the film, but they really can't. I mean, compared to the first film, they really can't tone it down. I like the fact that in the film you have them blaming the Chinese for not connecting the internet. Like, what the hell are the Chinese doing all that stuff? So in other words, the Chinese were not perfect in this film. They're not the one. They're not the only one that's saving the earth. Unlike in the Netflix film, where it's like the Chinese, like the Chinese crew kind of build up this, this calling, like this call for everybody to Team Zhong Shot, for everybody to come and save the earth. But here, they were flawed. They had trouble reconnecting the internet. I mean, like their suggestion were not taken by the other countries. And then also when you saw that scene where they realized the testing is successful, the lunar, the engine started igniting. It's not like the Chinese did it. It's like everybody kind of came together and did it. Nobody just only praising the Chinese. And for that, I'm glad that they did that. It's not like
less propaganda.
Right. Exactly. Less propaganda. Yes.
And also, it's a great message for today that everybody should work together.
Yes.
Right. Rather than be separate.
Yes.
So as such, just terrific.
But yeah, I mean, and I also I told you about how I love that attack sequence in the beginning of the film. It's almost like they get that. I mean, that is like probably one of the biggest action sequences compared with like Avatar and stuff. Like it's comparable almost to Avatar, but it's like it's an extended sequence that's almost like half an hour long, And
Yeah.
it's great. The effects are great, and then the concept, the way they show everything is clear. You see what's going on. You know what's going on. It's not like you're confused at any time of the sequel. You're not confused at all. And I just like the fact that he kind of got it out of the way in the beginning of the
Right.
film, so that once that's out of the way, he can properly tell this sci-fi story, which I
And now
really
we
admire.
Yeah, we can call it space foo.
Space food. There you go.
There's gun foo, there's kung fu, there's now space foo.
Well, got to show this
Yeah.
at Comic-Con, man. I mean, and like when I first saw
No
that,
question, buddy. And we're going to be. Let's do a sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
Comic-Con. You see what Well Go has been. I mean, in addition to everything you're doing, Frank, for Eureka and 88 and the other one, the stuff we're also doing with Well Go. Did you see all the movies Well Go has now? They got the new Donnie Yen, they got the new Jackie Chan.
I know.
They've got this. They're just. I'm telling you, I can't remember.
Fire.
Did I show Fearless Kung Fu King at last year's Kung Fu Extravaganza?
No.
I mean, we're going to do that one. We're going to do the Grandmaster of Kung Fu. I mean, this is going to be an awesome.
Oh yeah, let's see this coming.
We'll talk to Cynthia Rothrock about showing clips from her, but she may not be starting her film. Yeah, if you guys don't know who's watching, go to
Black Creek Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, the Black Creek project that Cynthia Rothrock is trying to do. She's saying she's not going to be able to start filming it until November.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what she just said. That's Meyers, Anubis. That's Meyers. There's an S on the end. You got Rick right. You got Rick right, and I appreciate it. Anyway.
What's up, Anubis? Good to see
I
you,
didn't
man.
realize that because I thought she's going to shoot it because she told me she's making a movie next month in March, and I thought that's the movie.
Oh, she is making a movie next month, but it's not hers.
Okay.
She's doing another movie next month.
Okay.
But hopefully she'll be able to stop by if she's not incredibly.
That would be amazing.
But yeah, we're going to be inviting a lot of guest stars.
I think we need to do 2 nights, part 1 and 2.
Let's talk to them.
Yeah,
Let's talk to them.
I know, part 1 and 2. I don't know. Yeah.
We've never done that before. We've been on Friday night before.
Right.
We haven't been on, but let's see what they say.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
But I agree, Rick. Wellgo is on fire, man.
Yeah.
They are on fire.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed both of these films. I enjoyed both of them, and the both. I did get a little bit more action, Michael Bay-esque, disaster movie on the Netflix one, but I still enjoyed it. I still had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, you got more of Michael Bay on the Netflix? I thought there was more Michael Bay on Wellgo.
Wellgo? No, just that drone sequence.
Just the drone sequence.
Just the drone sequence.
I mean, there's a scene where I showed it in the clip, the Gatling gun. He's just shooting the Gatling gun at.
Oh, that's true.
The sun, cursing the sun.
I didn't consider, because there's so much action in the Wellgo one that I thought of that more as more Bay.
They're both action spectacles and special
a lot of
effects.
planes and he threw them.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, just really great stuff. The special effects were so good,
and I love my sci-fi grim and dark, and like this film.
Yeah,
there's no comedy in this film, man, which I truly appreciate because I mean it reflects that. I know Rick is shaking his head again, but look, it reflects the situation. I mean, this is grim shit. I mean, the Earth is dying, and
there's a little bit of the love. There's a little bit of the love.
You gotta laugh.
I know.
Earth is dying.
Earth is so precarious. You got to blow up the fucking moon to save it.
Don't keep your hands off her flowers. God damn it.
Yeah,
that's the sequence we'll be showing at Comic-Con.
Please.
Yeah.
That sequence is awesome. The only problem I had with that, and I'm going to mention that on Monday too, is they kept cutting away from Wu Jing.
Yeah.
Right.
He's fighting and they cut away from him. And it's like, you guys just really want to keep Wu Jing in his place, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I think it could be also a deliberate attempt to like not do it as a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a deliberate attempt not to show that as a fight scene, but more like part of this entire action sequence. This is great. Yeah. I mean, part of the action sequence just starting from the moment the drones started acting on their own,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
I think it was very clear that's what they were doing.
Yeah. So and so I wasn't too upset by, like you said, not seeing, not just keep focusing on Wu Jing. I realize it's part of the whole action, the whole sequence is just part of it, and I think they're
Well,
just trying to tell you that.
I am definitely talking. That's the thing. This is the thing I've always wanted to do. I am definitely talking to Welgo about getting Wu Jing.
Woo! Oh my God!
I'm definitely talking. I want to do that so bad. But
I'll
we'll
be the
see.
translator. I'll translate.
Yeah.
And since Johnny Toe will be out of a job, we can get him to come.
God damn it!
Look. Even if Johnny Toe still has a job,
Damn it.
I mean, like you have to
Yeah.
mortgage your house just to get him to
He'll
show
have
up.
to, well, no, he'll have to get out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
for
well,
those
I
who
think.
don't know, Johnny Toe came out against the Chinese
Yeah.
Food
Oh my
Bureau
God!
Yeah,
No,
I-
getting,
Film Festival.
wow, getting Wu Jing would be such a coup, man. That would be awesome.
Please, Rick, work your magic, Rick. Work your magic. That would be
Well,
awesome.
if I could talk to Jackie, he would come. I mean, Jackie
I
and I
don't think
go
he'll
way
come.
back,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen him for years.
Yeah.
I tell you that story. The last time I saw him, he was getting an award at the New York Asian Film Festival, and he
No.
stopped the award to come off the stage and shake my hand, and it was like I was surprised. The
Wow.
audience was surprised,
That's
but he
awesome.
recognized me even with the big beard, so that was cool.
Yeah, but
That's awesome.
I mean, just going back to the film again, going to Welgo. I mean, like really like Andy Lau's character. And for one thing, okay, I have to mention, like, does Wu Jing and Andy Lau never age? I don't get it. Like, how come they still look like they're like in their 30s or like even at the most early 40s? It's like look at this. This is like you can tell me that this was taken from a film like 20 years ago, and I'll believe it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he looks older to me. He looks more gaunt. He's thinner.
Yeah. No, I know he's thinner. Yes.
Yeah, same thing with Chow Yun Fat. Chow Yun Fat is real thin at this point.
But like, remember like the end credit sequence in the Welgo film is like that's Andy Lau in his 40s or something. It's like he hardly aged.
Yeah, but come on, Frank. When we trot out all the pictures of you and me over the we started doing this in '97.
Yeah.
You don't age. Clearly age. I mean, you get heavier and thinner, but
you know how I do it. I do it like the Bruce Lee did. I drink snake blood. No.
Yeah,
my goodness.
I don't want to be cliched, but yeah, the Chinese and the Japanese are well known for not aging until between one birthday and another they suddenly age.
Right.
I mean, it's very the picture of Dorian Gray for the Asians. Because friends of mine are look the same, and suddenly they hit a certain age and they age 30 years overnight.
I know, like that, like snap.
And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
But man, back to the movie though.
Back to the movie. Oh yeah,
a lot of fun scenes. I love the whole getting ready for the the whole training sequence and getting ready for the shit to hit the fan. But just a lot of spectacle, especially when you have describe the group that was against the what they were doing, Frank.
Well, the people who are supportive of the Digital Light Project, they feel that the Earth is gonna end anyway with all these shit going on with the sun and the moon. So they would rather just keep themselves forever, they keep them going forever in the digital realm. So that's why they're sabotaging the moving mountain project. And then there's this great sequence in the middle where remember how they decided to change the name to Wandering Earth. I thought that was a fantastic visual sequence, just showing like the years that gone by, because you have some leap in years, and within that sequence, they mentioned how you still have these attacks and blah blah blah, and in the end, the world kind of came together, and then they all decided we're going to change. And finally, China said we're going to change the name to Wandering Earth, and that sequence is very well done.
Oh
yeah,
all the sequences are very well done. But of course, as the plot guy, I was bothered, but not bothered. I understood that the movie was showing just how flawed we are as humans.
Yes,
and why the AI would make the decisions they made. Because my attitude is, they're saying, well, we don't have money to do both. Guys, the Earth is dying. The Earth is going to be destroyed. Print more money. Do both. Don't set one faction against the other. But of course, they wouldn't have a movie if people used logic.
Yeah, and also even if you have the digital light project, if Earth is like being kaput, then nothing is left. There's nothing left.
Right. Yeah.
So what's the
Yeah.
point? Yeah,
But-
but I understand they can't. If they think like we do, there won't be a
Yeah.
movie. So
Yeah, there wouldn't be a movie. Yeah.
But look at humans anyway. Look at
That's true.
look at Avatar. Look at all the movies about how stupid humans are. We still are stupid. Thankfully, hopefully, not the three of us. But of course, we're not in control.
yeah.
Right. Right.
I'm in control of one thing, and that's me, and I'm doing fine with me. But I'm not going to be stupid enough to try to control other people.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I mean, I just like how some of the more emotional moments were done without like excessive melodrama. Especially remember that scene where he has Wu Jing's mentor doing this, and then
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. And then of course when he went, when his mentor went to the moon to try to detonate the bomb, but because of the distance and what happened, they couldn't get, they couldn't see each other again. He had I guess it's a Russian astronaut just doing this, and then I mean that was just great. That's
Yeah.
that's emotional without being overtly melodramatic. I mean, it's just, to me, seeing that in the mainland Chinese film, I really felt, that's great. I mean, it's like they're getting out of that stereotypical cliche thing, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it gives us hope.
Mhm.
It gives us hope that now the cinema will be to unite, not to divide, and also they will accept what they can do better than any other cinema on the planet. If they accepted the legacy of Hong Kong cinema, if they embraced it, because as you know, Hong Kong cinema, look at what's happening with Bollywood now. But that's because they were so influenced by Hong Kong cinema.
Mhm.
So now that's Wu Jing calling it.
No, yeah, that's what you yes.
It's Johnny Toe.
Yeah, if it's Andy Lau. If they embrace, if the Chinese Film Bureau embraces their talents, their incredible filmmaking community, it'll be a new renaissance of cinema, not just action cinema, but they're doing it in science fiction. This is one of the best science fiction epics I've ever seen. And so if they just keep going in this direction, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time watching these great movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Frank, there's really nothing like this here, is there?
Here meaning the US?
Yeah. In terms of recent years, has there been something just straight?
Cerebral science fiction, probably not.
Yeah.
No. A science fiction disaster film like this, no.
Right.
Which is I mean, that is serious and not like not like fucking Independence Day shit.
Roland Emmerich, yeah.
Right. Well, I guess
Moonfall,
in some way 2012 maybe, but again, 2012 is.
But again, they made that into a campy.
Yeah,
right.
There's camp in that
disaster movie. This disaster movie
This
genre.
was serious science fiction.
Yes.
Yeah, serious. Yeah.
I couldn't call this sci-fi. I have to call this science fiction.
Yeah, and I love all the thing about like the computer, all I mean every like all the hardware they talk about, all the software. I mean, like using that computer model to yeah, I mean just great. I mean, this is like Rick said, this is a hardcore science fiction.
This is meaty too. There's a lot to watch. There's a lot to enjoy on every level.
Yes.
Cinematic level. Again, you know me. I love an equal amount of eye candy and mind candy.
Yes.
Right.
These two movies had it.
And I think credit all goes to Liu Xiying, the writer, the original writer of the Wandering Earth short story, because I mean to have a sci-fi. I mean I think that's one reason why this film kind of speak to us so much. It's because of the fact that it's written by a sci-fi writer. This is seriously, this is a serious, really high respected sci-fi writer. And I admire him for kind of expanding his view by doing a screenplay for this Well Go, the prequel, the Well Go film. And yeah.
Frank, was this based off of 3 books?
No, that's the other one. That's the 3, what's it called? Shoot, now that you think, let me hold on.
It's like Supernova or something?
No, it's the 3 Body Problem.
Okay.
But that's a totally separate thing. Netflix is actually developing a TV series for it. But no, that's separate. But he is the writer for that epic 3-book series, the 3 Body Problem, which I highly, highly recommend. There's an English version
Nice.
of this. Wandering Earth also has an English version, but again, Wandering Earth is just a short story. And
Right.
the Welgo film, that story, he hasn't written it. This is for the film. He wrote the screenplay for the Welgo film. So it has not been published. It's not based on the story.
Yeah, this was his opportunity to fill in the holes that he left open with the short story.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, I enjoyed both of these movies. And it's just a special effects spectacle. Had some fun characters, and like Rick was mentioning earlier, we have the zero gravity foo that hopefully we could show the clip of that at Comic-Con this year.
Oh yeah.
And the drone, Frank, the drones shot action sequence was dope.
Oh, I was like creaming my pants when I saw that in the theater.
Oh my god! I knew you liked drone shots. I didn't know you liked them that much.
You caught me off guard. I'm like accidentally
You're
pressing
the Quentin
random pictures.
Tarantino of drone shots?
No. I mean, that whole action sequence is just so amazing. I mean, like I said, I have no prior knowledge of this film actually being made at all until I saw that trailer, and then to know that it's coming out in like 2 weeks, and then Welgo got it. He's going to show in the theaters. Hell, shut up and take my money, right? And then I don't know anything about the sequence. So once I saw that amazing action thing, I was like, oh my god,
Oh yeah, there's just so much good stuff in here for sure. It's a little bit something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I love the towards the end, Wu Jing's character is getting back in the cockpit and getting back to his mission. I mean, all that stuff was really good.
Yes.
And you were. I'm glad you brought up his superior. That was great. I enjoyed his character.
I'll be honest with you, I could do a little bit less with that old dude.
Oh, the guy in the wheelchair.
The guy in the wheelchair. I know he can represent, like he's really represents China's perspective.
Right.
I could do less with him, but yeah, the mentor guy is great. I love that scene where they were recruiting people to, detonate the bombs, and then the young guy started coming, and then he walked over and said, "No, you guys, I can't trust you guys. You guys are too young. Let the old farts do it." And then he said, "Everybody's 50 and above. Come out." And, that's great. That is, again, it's emotional without being overtly melodramatic.
Right.
Yeah. It was really good. Really great.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm really kissing up to Welgo, but I was so glad when I heard that Welgo bought this film, because you all know the Netflix film, The Wandering Earth. Look at Rick. The Wandering Earth, because of the fact that Netflix got it, it has never gotten a video release. The only video release was DVD in China, not even the Blu-ray.
That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit. So anyway, the fact that Welgo acquired the North American rights to this film mean, one, you'll definitely have a video release, and two, fingers crossed, we'll get a 4K disc with Dolby Atmos sound. I mean, I'm praying that Welgo releases on 4K, because this thing will look and sound terrific in 4K.
Well, again, just to show you the difference, the growing difference between Frank and I. Bring me back
in addition to age.
Yeah, in addition to age. He doesn't want to kiss up to Welgo. Welgo, if you're watching.
Wait, hold on.
Oh man.
One more time. There you go.
I will kiss up to Welgo with pleasure. Anytime.
No. I think Welgo is I love the fact that Welgo is really, not just that they're the only game in town for the US distributor in terms of carrying on this great movie. It's just the fact that you can, thanks to Welgo, we're able to see this film.
Yeah.
And then to have them released on video, just like God sent, And of course, Haya is like the best $3.99 you're going to spend every month.
I'm just, I have movie nights over here, and my filmmaking friends come over, and we just go from one Haya to another. The old ones, the new ones, the Miracle Fighters, the Grandmaster of Kung Fu, and Fearless Kung Fu King. There's a couple of new ones on, I think, today, so I'll be getting back to that. But in any case,
and also Welgo is now even buying non-action film, like The Sparring Partner, which is one of the Hong Kong.
They've done, that's right. and the Hidden Blade.
And Hidden Blade, yeah, with Tony
I want
Leung.
to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So again, it's not. Here's the deal, Frank. We've known each other for decades. I don't kiss up to any company. I kiss up to the best one.
exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
Ocean
Nice.
Shores, I sang. Now,
Welcome.
Welgo.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also,
Well said. Well said.
we deserve to also kiss up to like Eureka 88 film because they really care.
Well, yeah, you do.
Well, speaking of, there you go. Segue to Frank. Frank, go ahead.
Well, okay. Well, so Eureka just announced yesterday that they're releasing these two titles. Well, more than 2 titles in May because you have the Burning Paradise, the Ringo Lam classic Burning Paradise with my audio commentary, and also the Hopping Mad Mr. Vampire sequel set, which contains Mr. Vampire 2, Mr. Vampire 3, Mr. Vampire 4, and Vampire versus Vampire.
Right.
With me doing commentaries on 2 of them, and then Mike Leader and Anna Vanema on the other 2. So
yeah, they're I don't have to kiss up to them. I've got you, and also they don't need me in any way, shape, or form. They've got you. I mean, it's basically you're the scholar, I'm the critic.
There you go.
I'm the fan.
Yeah, you're the fan. There we go. The one thing that I have, well, I don't know about this now. I mean, I have practiced Kung Fu more than you have, but I don't know how much you know about Kung Fu. But at the same time, there's Leader, there's all the other guys. So again, I just get to enjoy the benefits of your. I mean, we were very close because we watched Shaolin Plot on the last movie night, and I said,
Nice.
and after watching, I said we should have watched it with Frank's commentary because it's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's better with your commentary.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So in any case, are we through wandering, or we have anything more to say?
I think we're.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything I
wondering.
want to talk about this film? I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Yeah. No, I mean, again, I this film will definitely be on my. If we're gonna do the top 10 action autopsy with me again, fingers crossed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, but if I'm gonna do the top 10 again this year, this film will definitely be on the list for sure. For sure.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. It won't be on mine.
Oh.
Because we're yin and yang at this point. We're just total yin yang. I mean, what you love, I'm fine with, but I don't love, and what I love, you're fine with, but you don't love. So it's between the two of us. We're rounded.
No, I'm just like I always support original science fiction. That's all.
Right.
And every time I see a film with original science
about just the action in this.
Right.
Again, if you can do it on a computer, it has to be extraordinary. I mean, now I will admit that Puss in Boots would have been on my top 10 had I seen it.
Right.
I mean, that was incredible.
That was a great film.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like I said, I mean, I always support original sci-fi science fiction film. I look forward to be honest, I even look forward to 65. The new
I'm interested in it.
I want to see that too.
Yeah. Because again, original science fiction. So
on Monday when we do the action film autopsy, we'll be talking about all of that, how all of these genres are improving because all these young filmmakers are taking and running it with it. And they're not trying just to exploit an audience.
Right.
The fact that James Gunn is now controlling the DCEU, showing again, they're not trying to just exploit an audience. They're trying to respect the audience.
There you go.
And given that I've worked in every genre except romances, I appreciate and admire that.
Yeah, me too. That's all we want, really. I mean, just like don't treat us like idiots, don't like just respect us, respect the audience. Right. And that's what I mean, like the Welko in the Wonder of 2, the Welko. Like I see shots that are so beautiful. Like it's like this is poetry. It's almost.
And
like,
also Eureka and 88 are doing the same thing. They're putting together wonderful packages of these classic films that hopefully Wandering Earth 2 gives me hope that we will see the likes of the great movies that you're doing for Eureka and 88 again. That they will say, let's stop trying to diminish Kung Fu. Let's let's support Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well said.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. So hey, thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Check out both of these movies, Wandering Earth on Netflix, and then make sure you check out Wandering Earth 2.
No.
No.
We'll go first.
Oh.
Netflix second.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
watch out for the release of the Well Go film Wandering Earth 2 once it comes out,
There you
either
go.
on Haya or on streaming or on video, what have you. Watch that first.
Yes.
And then also I watch, like I said again, I watched the Netflix one first, but you know,
So did I.
yeah, either way, see both films.
Watch both.
Watch both films.
Right.
That's the thing, yeah.
See
Yeah.
number 2 first.
Yes.
See Wandering Earth second.
Yes, because technically the second one is the prequel. So
It's a prequel.
right. So
Right.
if you don't want to
Works
know what
much
happened to
better that way.
Who's on first? Yeah. So you
Yeah.
guys know.
Who's on first?
But
And
this was,
second.
there you go. There you
Marvel's
go.
on first. Netflix on second.
But yeah,
I
this
don't
was a
know who's
blast.
on third.
Oh,
This was a
man.
blast as always, talking film with you guys. All genres. That's right. Hong Kong cinema and sci-fi. We do it all here on the channel. Hey, if you guys had fun hanging out with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the old Samurai Guy. That's right. Check out the merch store. That's right. Buy a mug, buy a shirt, keep the channel going. You can find us all on all the social medias. That's right. We're on all of them. And you know you got to buy Ric's books now. That's right. You got to buy the books. All description for Ric's books in the description box below. That's right. And Well Go USA. You want to check out the website. All that is in the
Subscribe to
description box
Haya,
below.
please. Subscribe to Haya.
Yes. Subscribe.
Oh yeah,
to
Haya, too,
Haya.
definitely.
You
Best
need that.
$3.99 you'll ever spend.
Yes.
Every month.
And I got to play it because it's tradition. Hey, this is for Ric.
Get the book! Get the book! Get the book!
Okay, hey, play that again. I love it. Can I play that again, please?
Yeah, here we go.
Get the book! Get the book! Get the book!
Well, I got the book. I ordered that John Wick book. Yeah.
Yes. And this is a quick reminder for all you channel members and patrons that support the channel. You guys rock. Uploaded right now exclusively for you guys. Samurai Guys talking about the assassination of Jesse James. That's right. The Brink and Angel Town. You want to check out my reviews and thoughts on that film exclusively just for you guys. Make sure you guys check it out. That has been uploaded to the channel. Thank you all. You guys rock. Keep watching movies. Support Star Trek and Star Wars when it's good. That's right. And we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll see you guys Monday. Take care, guys.
Bye.